So here's a quick agenda for today. We'll talk about marketing automation and then do a question and answer session at the end. So here's a bit about me. I'm Cindy Zuelsdorf. I've been working in the broadcast industry for over 20 years, and I was responsible for all the sales and marketing at an equipment manufacturer with Ensemble Designs. My parents both worked for ABC TV, and I thought it was fun to go on remotes, to go on outside broadcasts on the weekends and run cable. So I've spent a lot of time at trade shows hooking up equipment, demoing equipment, going to TV stations, talking with chief engineers, and closing deals. I've also done 200-page catalogs in InDesign using Photoshop and Illustrator, including creating all the technical content. I've designed trade show booths, figured out which equipment to show, how best to show it, and created all the trade show graphics, ads, PR, and all the marketing material. So as I was doing all this sales and marketing over the years, things evolved as they do. And I began to have new questions about sales and marketing. You know, how can I figure out who's researching the type of products my company is selling? What's the best way to handle 500 or 2,000 leads from a trade show? What's the best way to deal with the warm leads, the people who need education and info but don't have the budget yet? And which emails are actually working? So I started using marketing automation to qualify marketing programs, to figure out what works best, and to track return on investment. And then I started Kokoro, a marketing automation company. So really, what is sales and marketing automation? What exactly is it? So it's a software tool used to automatically send emails or do tasks based on digital behavior, based on what someone clicks on or something that they click on in an email or on a website. So here's a recent example. In working with one of my clients who exhibited at NAB, we looked in the marketing automation system to see who had opened the pre-NAB emails, you know, the emails that we sent in March, but which people out of those had not come to the booth at NAB. So who'd opened the emails in March and before the show, but who had not come to the booth. And we could really easily see that in the system. So maybe these people got busy, or maybe they didn't come to NAB. So we sent an email with 3 new products, you know, info about those products. And the email felt a bit personal because we noted, hey, we haven't seen you at NAB. So the email had links that the customer could click on, one for each of the 3 new products. And whatever they clicked on automatically segmented them, right? Their digital behavior essentially put them into a bucket, a segment. So now we know what products they're interested in based on their clicks. If they click the link for product A in the email, we automatically email the salesperson to tell them, hey, this person's interested in product A. And then we automatically sent the customer a short series of emails specifically about product A. Marketing automation can track and score a customer based on what links are clicked in that email and what videos are watched, that type of thing. So this is a really amazing case. This one client had an open rate of 47%, which was incredible, and I think it was because it was a little bit personal and it really gave the people a chance to catch up on what they missed out on at NAB. So how much would it be worth to you and your salespeople if they could know which emails and which videos were of interest to a particular prospect? I'll give you another brief example about automating something. I was talking with my client and she said she was updating service contracts. She'd been emailing them out one by one to each customer and it took a lot of time. So in about an hour with her, we set up this great system to email the customer with a reminder to renew their contract, something she'd been doing manually before, but now is automated. And then after the customer specified which service contract they wanted, the contract was automatically sent to them. My client said she renewed more contracts in 2 days than she had in the previous 2 months. more in 2 days than she had in 2 months. I mean, super great time saver and amazing for her. So the automated system, it's a huge time saver for her. Now she gets to spend time on her other more interesting, more productive things. And she's got more revenue coming in from her contracts, and her contract renewal process is consistent. So consistency is another piece to marketing automation. So how much would it be worth to you and your business to be able to automate some of those repetitive tasks? An easy way to kind of calculate that is just think, if you value your time or your employees' time, say at, just pick a number, $50, $100, maybe $200 an hour, and then you save, say, 5 hours per week on repetitive tasks like contract renewal, wouldn't that be amazing? I like to think of sales and marketing as a three-part process: attract, sell, and wow. And sometimes this framing is called life cycle marketing. Attract is targeting our prospects and getting people interested in us and then collecting those leads. So a key part of this is the most important part, I think, it's offering something super useful, super compelling that our prospects want or need. Hooking them up with some really compelling info or samples. So that's the attract part of life cycle marketing. Now the sell portion of life cycle marketing is where we educate our prospects about what we offer, and then we close the deal. So we're all really good at that. We focus a lot on that sell portion. And then the wow part of life cycle marketing, that's the part it's really overlooked a lot, but it's so incredibly powerful. So the wow part, this is where we wow them with our product delivery or service. Then we can offer more, because if they're excited about our product, they want more, right? And we can upsell or get repeat business. And then the wow part's where we, get our testimonials and referrals. So let's look a bit more closely at each of these three parts of life cycle marketing: attract, sell, and wow, and see how marketing automation can be used to make us even more successful. So looking at attract, marketing and selling has changed so much. I mean, it used to be if a customer or prospect wanted specs, I would email those specs over or fax them over after talking with that customer. So after I talked with them, right? So that's how I knew the person was interested. They called me and requested info. But now customers find all those specs and they make their crucial decisions before I get to talk with them. It's so very different. People do as much as 70% of their research before reaching out to a salesperson. So people are prospects even before you know who they are. How can we learn who they are? While they're researching, while they're deciding if you and your company are on their short list. They are deciding if you're going to be a part of their next project or station rebuild before you even know about it. Again, people do as much as 70% of their research before reaching out to you. So one great way to engage early in this process is to use tripwires or authority pieces. You can offer a super useful diagram, maybe a system diagram. You can offer a white paper, something that is so compelling, so helpful, that they are happy to give their email address to you in exchange for that excellent info. They want to tell you who they are, and that's what we want. So earlier this year, one of my clients had a white paper they were working on, and we previewed it. We sent out an email just saying, hey, we're working on this awesome white paper. Here's a little sample of it. If you're interested, click here and sign up. And we had an amazing number of people sign up in advance for a white paper that literally wasn't done yet. But they put up their hand and said, yeah, we're interested in that. So we provided value to them, and now we know, hey, these are people interested in this topic, and we can continue to have that dialogue or conversation with them because it's automatically recorded into the CRM or database that this is the topic they're interested in. So you can post your Tripwire signups all over the place, on social media, in your emails, on a graphic at your trade show. You can put a QR code, on a graphic to say, sign up for this great, authority piece or this awesome offer, right? And you want everybody to think of you as the authority, right? So be an authority so that people call you asking for your expertise, for your help. Give them your best info up front, your best content. Don't hold back your best content for later, right? Give them your best content so that they'll come to you when they need something. You want them to carve out a space in their minds where you are the expert. So who of you are doing this now? This is a question for you. Be honest with yourself. Who's using tripwires and authority pieces in a really good way that's benefiting your business? So the next part of lifecycle marketing is the selling part. And let's look at how marketing automation can augment or even fix your follow-up. So in talking with my marketing colleagues in the industry and in other industries, what I've found is that a lot of people take their trade show leads, whether it's IBC or NEB or any trade show leads, then they take those leads and send a broadcast email to everybody after the show, recapping the 5 or 25 new product announcements or service announcements from the show. Then the leads are given to the sales staff and everybody hopes for the best. Okay, we've passed them on, we're good to go. So this is the norm for a lot of companies, right? So a few things come to mind with that sort of scenario of just send a broadcast email and pass them to the sales folks. We need to think about educating people, right? This idea of sending out a broadcast email and tossing the leads to sales, we need to really think about educating and nurturing these leads. Like, what do we do with the prospects who need education but they don't have their budget yet? So salespeople, and I've been one and I am one, we focus on the deals that are closing in the next 60 days, right? And that's what salespeople should do. So the warm leads can easily fall between the cracks. How can we keep them thinking about our products and services so that when their budget becomes available in 6 months or 18 months, that person is predisposed to buy from us? How do we do that? How much would it mean for you to stop those leads from falling between the cracks? So a second topic around selling has to do with touches. People need to connect with you up to 7 times before they're inclined to buy. Could be more, especially in the broadcast industry where equipment can be very expensive and it's a big investment. So if you could automate some of those touches, use automation to add to what you and your salespeople are doing, how would that impact your business? A third topic around selling and sort of that treatment of trade show leads of, send an email and then pass them to sales, has to do with segmenting. Are you segmenting your contacts? And if so, how are you doing it? Maybe rate yourself right now. On a scale of 1 to 10, how good a job are you doing at segmenting your contacts? So segmenting is of huge importance when selling. Marketing automation can be used to identify who's interested in what, to segment them based on their digital behavior. We love segmenting because it helps us send more targeted info to our customers. So say we get 200 leads at a show or 2,000 leads at a show. Do we have notes about what each prospect is interested in? If we have notes, it's really helpful. We can segment or tag the person when we import the leads into our CRM, into our database or marketing automation system. If we don't have those notes, what do? We could send an email to our leads and then give them some links that let them click on what they're interested in. When that person clicks, that person is tagged automatically in the CRM or database. Additionally, and this is very cool, An action can happen based on that click as well. So automatically actions can take place as well based on someone's clicks. And when we send super targeted emails, because we've segmented the person now so we can be targeted in our messaging, the open rates are so much higher. When that subject line and that content addresses a problem that that person has, that really addresses something that they're interested in, that person's so much more likely to open it up. And when you compare that to a sort of general newsletter that covers 10 or 20 topics, the segmented messaging is opened more often. So people are so overwhelmed with information. I am. I sign up for newsletters I'm genuinely interested in, but I don't read everything I get. You might be thinking, yeah, me too. So we, as sales and marketing people, we need to provide extremely targeted, helpful information, and we can only do that when we have a system to segment and to track who's interested in what. So a lot of us use or sell automation tools for the broadcast industry, right? We know about workflows. We know about automation for video and audio signals, different signal chains. So this conversation today is about that same type of automation for a sales, marketing, and business operations. So here's a sample marketing automation campaign that is segmenting people based on their interest. You'll see on the left, we are using our NAB leads list. Then we see a sequence called "Thanks for visiting us at NAB" and segmenting and tagging. Now inside of the sequence is our post-show email. Could be several emails. After that sequence, you'll see a diamond, a decision diamond that splits people into 3 tracks, 3 sequences of educational emails. So this is made up, this campaign is made up of sequences for, happens to be MPEG encoding, loudness, and UHD. It could just as easily be broadcast, post, file-based, baseband, or it just could easily be houses with three-bedroom, houses near the airport, houses near the high school. So depending on what the business is, you can segment people very easily. So if someone is interested, in this case, in UHD, they would then receive a series of emails from that sequence. All that content's going to be super targeted information about UHD. Now the best practice, of course, would be to have a clear call to action, maybe a couple, telling the reader what we want them to do. Calls to action could be clicking to ask for a demo or for specs. It could be set up so that all the emails in the sequence are delivered regardless of what that reader does. Or you can set the system up so that when a prospect clicks and asks for a demo, for example, no other emails are sent after that. So that's the beauty of automation. You can configure it, to meet your sales process. On the screen now, you'll see a sample of a CRM record, all stuff you guys have seen before. And this sample shows at the bottom of the screen what tags a contact has based on what links they've clicked or what behaviors, what their digital behavior has been, what videos they've watched, or almost anything you'd like to track. Now these tags can set off an automated series of emails, a notification to a sales rep, or other automated actions. You can set it up to follow your sales process. So a question is, what does someone do right before they buy something from you? What milestones, if you will, do they hit along the way to becoming your customer? Those milestones should be tied into your marketing automation system. Now you can set up your marketing automation system to score a prospect based on those activities. Some systems use a numerical scoring scheme, and this system I'm showing here uses flames, and so 5 flames is a hot prospect. You could have 4 flames, 1 flame, that type of thing. So a question to you: who here has a series of educational emails about their top products, a series that can automatically be sent to prospects who indicate interest at any time throughout the year. So if somebody's interested tomorrow, they could drop into that educational sequence. Where someone else is interested in August, they start that educational sequence. If you don't have it, how valuable would it be to you to have all of that set up and working right now? Once we have that customer, now we're in the wow phase of the life cycle marketing. So once we have that customer, we can do so much. The relationship's very different from when that person was a prospect. Now they are our customer. So who right now, any of you using an NPS or Net Promoter Score system? You know, we see high-tech companies such as HP and Apple asking us to rate them on a scale of 1 to 10. And we see hospitality businesses such as Hilton asking if we'd refer them to a friend. Net Promoter Scores are a top indicator of future business success. So do you want to know how your customers feel about you? You can set up a system to automatically ask a customer how you're doing the first week they are on board with you. Then again, in a month or a year, you can automatically ask them for testimonials and referrals based on how they rate you. You could also automatically send an email to the sales manager if someone's unhappy and needs special attention. Marketing automation is a great tool for onboarding new customers. What information do you need to convey to each new customer? How to log in for the first time, who their support person is, where they should call for additional equipment or software, how to get training. What issues crop up regularly in that first 30 to 60 days of someone owning your equipment? That can be addressed really well with marketing automation. You could send a series of helpful emails to your new customers. Marketing automation saves time for new customer onboarding, and it makes the experience consistent too. There are so many simple ways to stay in touch with customers and keep them engaged. We want to keep them thinking about us, have them tell their friends about us, and keep coming back for more products and services. We love fans. So you know your customers, and you know the industry. You have gut feelings about where things are at. You have a well-developed sense of where things are. But numbers, analytics, can help validate what we're doing and guide us in going forward. So as marketers, we need to provide ROI, return on investment. And marketing automation lets you put measurements on the marketing you're doing. So what are your top marketing challenges in the next 6 months? Now, according to the new State of Digital Marketing report that came out, I think this week, the top challenges for marketing people, according to them, are providing ROI, return on investment, proving that ROI, producing content, converting leads, generating leads, right? So proving ROI, producing content, converting leads, and generating leads. Top 4 concerns, top challenges. So 3 out of 4 of these challenges can be mastered by using marketing automation. Marketing automation can track your sales opportunities, track tasks, show you how much money is in the pipeline, so much more. Marketing automation generates leads. You know, it really stops your leads from falling between the cracks, and it tells you where you're at with your current customers. So let's travel back in time for a moment. If you would have implemented marketing automation, say in March of this year, how would your life be different right now? Would it be different right now? Or let's travel forward. Let's take a time travel trip forward and say September. how would your life be different? If you implement now, how will your life be different in September? So we are at the Q&A part of this event, and I would love to address your questions. What questions do you have?
We've been asked by one person if you have any examples of software or solutions which can be used for marketing automation.
Yeah, examples of software and solutions. Marketo is one that a lot of large companies use. Marketo has about 3,500 customers around the world, as I recall off the top of my head. Be something to check. Infusionsoft is the marketing automation tool that I use. Acton is another marketing automation tool that some folks in the broadcast industry are using. Salesforce combined with Pardo is another one as well. And Mailer is another example. So there are tons of them out there and lots of different tools. My thought around that is it's really all about your plan and how you're going to implement that tool. And to me, that's the most interesting part about it.
What about staffing? We're a small team of 4 people. Is it typical to have one or more staff focus solely on marketing automation to be truly successful?
It's not necessary to have one person focused on it. I mean, one of the things I'm doing right now is working with small to medium-sized companies in the broadcast industry and in other industries, and so I'm able to help teach them how to use marketing automation, and they can either do it themselves or sometimes I'll come back on a project basis, and for some companies I'm working with them on a monthly basis. So there's a lot of ways to do it. You can do part or all of it in-house, or you can work with folks like me to help you get going and keep you going.
How would a small team best approach marketing automation when time is limited due to having to cover a multitude of activities?
A great way to do it is look at what you're doing already. You know, some people are using Constant Contact and MailChimp, and really for a lot of the same ongoing efforts that you put into Constant Contact and MailChimp, you can transfer those efforts over to a marketing automation system. So the trick is, you know, get someone who can set it up, again, me, or there's other folks out there who are great at that, teach you how to do it, and then it's really going to save you time. So in thinking about, hey, I don't have the time and resources to do this, actually, in my mind, it's sort of like, how can you not do it? How can you afford not to do it? Like, what's the loss of I'm hunting for leads that I can't find, or I just spent 5 hours sending these contracts out. And so there's kind of two pieces of it. One, you're saving time and money on the sort of office business side of it. So you've got that time and money to use on your marketing. And then the other piece is the lost opportunity. When we don't know who's researching what we're doing and we don't know where things are at, we're losing money and opportunity. So taking what you're doing and kind of repurposing it towards something smarter with marketing automation, it's totally affordable, and it's actually going to help you make money. You're going to get organized, save time, and make more money.
How hard is it to learn these systems?
So some of the systems can be quite detailed, and it can take a person in-house to do it. Something like Infusionsoft, which is the one I know the most about. I'm a Infusionsoft certified partner, and that's the one I'm using with people. You know, you can spend a few hours a week for a month or two and get quite proficient with it. And you can learn it. I mean, we all already are learning equipment, software, and hardware stuff to demo and use and write about all day long. That's what we do in our business, right? So this is really just another system that we're already, you know, that we need to just jump on board and learn.
Cindy, Kurt has asked if you could please repeat which software best pairs with Salesforce CRM?
Yes, Pardo, P-A-R-D-O-T.
All right, great. Well, thanks everybody for joining us, and please reach out to Cindy if you've got additional questions, and certainly always happy to hear your feedback on this webinar.